This video is a cross-post from my Star Wars channel, Starrar. If you want more Star Wars videos, check out my other channel. Link to that channel in the video description and comment section down below. So the gentleman that leaked the early storyboard for The Last Jedi and was reasonably right just released the early storyboard for episode 9, so spoilers in this video? But are they really? Again, a guy that saw The Last Jedi storyboard and reported on it with a fair amount of correct information just posted his look at episode 9's storyboard. This could be absolute BS, but I'd love to read through it, say my thoughts, and then hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. So first, he says that there's going to be a 5-year time jump, which there have been a lot of clues lately from Disney that that's what we're actually getting, so that really isn't surprising or far-fetched. Also, apparently they've narrowed it down to 3 possible titles for episode 9, with the favorite being The New Empire, which I gotta admit I think is a pretty badass title. Fast forward 5 years, we see the Resistance is no longer centralized and is not a popular idea in the galaxy. Kylo's rule over the galaxy is seen by most as benevolent. Many within the Resistance itself are questioning why they should even fight. This, I can also see the Resistance already wasn't popular in The Force Awakens and was more seen as a fear-mongering group. I think it also makes sense that those in the Resistance might have second thoughts. Okay, I'm on the run, I'm living a dangerous life to take down an organization that seems to be doing a lot of good in the galaxy. I would start to think too, should I be fighting these people? We also know from The Last Jedi expanded material that the galaxy fell into line quickly after Starkiller Base took out those planets and the New Republic. Some joined out of fear, but others because of what the First Order offered that the New Republic couldn't give. There were quite a few planets that had already wanted to join the First Order before they even decimated the New Republic. Kylo also had thoughts of getting rid of the good-evil bullshit, the Jedi, the Sith, and doing something new. So perhaps he does create a better galaxy. I would personally love to see the grandson of Darth Vader running an empire successfully, and people actually loving him. That would mean Kylo did more than just one-up his grandpa. He is doing everything Anakin couldn't or wouldn't. The leaker also says that Poe, Rey, Finn, and Leia are all holding fast that the First Order is bad, and that the galaxy shouldn't be under an Empire-like rule. Again, pretty believable, especially from Leia. She already lived through the horrors of one empire. Then a mole in the First Order gives them a lead to a horrifying truth about the First Order. This leads them to a planet in the unknown regions to infiltrate a First Order command station and extract a young female alien protege who is a prisoner of the First Order, who is also the key to getting through the unknown region. They get her and go to a planet that is completely comprised of an ocean. They discover beneath the water an ancient manufacturing station powered by the populations of conquered worlds of the unknown region, giving the First Order unlimited resources. I mean, if we really want to go there, a young girl being super special and needed to do this super mission is exactly something Lucasfilm would do. An ocean world would be cool, and also the First Order doing something really fucked up to bring peace and prosperity to the galaxy is an interesting thought. There's a book called The Ones Who Walk Away, which is similar. The society is wonderful for everyone, but it comes at a price. One child is kept in perpetual filth, darkness, and misery. Citizens who learn this are initially shocked and disgusted, but agree one injustice is worth the happiness of their society. Though some do walk away. Leia, Finn, Poe, and Rey could be those that walk away. Honestly, again, there being one dark secret about the First Order, though I'm sure there's more than one, in order to keep the peace in the galaxy would be really, really cool. Kylo is an awesome leader bringing prosperity to the galaxy, and our heroes have to struggle with, yeah, but there's this one really fucked up thing. Is that okay? I mean, is this one awful thing worth the prosperity and happiness and peace in the galaxy? I really hope our heroes struggle with that and realize that the Empire did nothing wrong. So then our rebels go about freeing the captives before they are killed and work on exposing the First Order to the galaxy. We see the unknown region becoming united and preparing for war on the First Order. Okay, so we have been focusing a lot on the unknown regions in new Star Wars lore. Also, Snoke was from the unknown regions, and his information knowledge ended up helping the First Order, and without him and his knowledge of the unknown regions, the First Order would have collapsed. So that sounds okay. But the unknown region uniting to fight the First Order? Maybe there's a lot more history with the First Order forming there and the unknown region natives being PO'd at them. So maybe this is a long time coming. The First Order pissing off the vast majority of the unknown region, and this is the last straw. The B-plot is also interesting. Supposedly Kylo is hunting down other Force users in secret using his Knights of Ren, and also trying to figure out the mole in his ranks. And I say yes please to seeing the Knights of Ren. We in the end see Hux as the mole, wanting to get the galaxy to revolt against Ren's empire, as he believes he can claim the throne from the fallout. I can see Hux trying to kill Kylo in order to put himself on the throne. We've already seen the beginnings of that at the end of The Last Jedi, and Hux did have his father killed for his own ambitions, but this plan sounds kind of fucking dumb. On the other hand, we have Force users seeking out Rey for protection, both young and old. You hear that? The legend of Luke Skywalker is overcome by the legend of Rey, the great Messiah. Speaking of Rey, her and Kylo still use the Force to talk because I guess the closing shot of her leaving him didn't really mean she was done with him. They even use the Force to manifest their whole presence in front of each other, and they are secretly in love with each other. Yes, Ryan said the hand-touching scene was closest to sex that he could get in a Star Wars movie. And yes, from the novelization and the movie itself, we know there was a lot of sexual tension between Kylo and Rey, and they do have feelings for each other, but I don't know, it seems weird for you to be working for an organization that's trying to take down your lover's organization, but I guess there are already stories about that. Oh wait, there's already a Star Wars book about that. We see a huge reveal that one of Rey's students is actually her and Kylo's child she hid from him. When he figures out what she did, he becomes enraged and almost kills her, but Leia saves her before he can. Please, God, no. Please, no secret love child. Disney, no. I don't ask for a lot. Although, in fairness, using the Force to rough up your significant other is a Skywalker thing. And you know Luke was into some kinky Force sex shit, too. Also, the leaker said that they've already recast Leia, and Disney is waiting for the right moment to announce that. As her being recast was leaked, and Disney has done that to test the waters before, this could be true. But I would hate for Leia to be recast. That just feels like a knife in the heart. Lastly, he threw in a disclaimer. As with the last time, I will add the disclaimer that this is an early storyboard, but the heart of the film is there, with a secret love child and the theme of an empire thriving, but at a terrible cost. You can expect the story to play out very close to this. With that disclaimer, yeah, shit does change a lot. Look at any of the art books for the movies. The amount of changes they go through is just really cool to see. Now, there was another leak from another poster that said similar things, so I want to go over those real quick. The leaker first said they're currently casting a character in secret for a Caucasian child, not much older than a toddler. That seems to fit with the other leakers saying that we're going to get a secret love child or genius child or Force users that go to Rey for safety. There's also a casting for 5 people between the ages of 13 and 40 years old of any gender and any race, but they must be in great physical shape and able to undergo martial arts lessons. This may feed into the Force users being rounded up, maybe them going to Messiah Rey, or the Knights of Ren. Here's something shocking that both leakers have said. Lucasfilm is trying to extend the contracts of Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, and John Boyega for future films, and that Episode 9 won't be the end of this story. I have mixed feelings here. One, I don't think they could sufficiently close out the story in Episode 9 with what Rian Johnson did with Episode 8. So a few more films to close out this story I think are needed. On the other hand, it would be really weird not to have the closed trilogy anymore. Also, Kathleen Kennedy was talking about a year or so ago about wanting Daisy and John and others to do other Star Wars films outside the trilogy. So that bit isn't surprising. It's always appeared Kennedy had future plans for the character Rey. This leaker also mentioned that Lucasfilm is trying to secure Malta Film Studios that is home to one of the largest underwater sets in filmmaking, which could tie into the water planet. He states there is a 5-year jump after The Last Jedi, and that the galaxy is thriving under Kylo's rule, and people don't feel the need to revolt. A big portion takes place on an aquatic planet with an underwater civilization. There's also been no mention of Luke in the film, and they have recast Leia. Mark Hamill has expressed he is done with Star Wars, and that might be why there's no mention of Luke. That would truly be a sad way for him to go out, but if they're extending past 3 films, we could see him in Episode 10. My heart still bleeds for Luke, but the leakers make it appear they really are done with him. But maybe that's for the best. Now, I do want to point out the first leaker I talked about did post his shit after the second guy, so maybe he saw that guy's post and then worked a little more flavor into it and posted his own stuff in order to get attention. I think both of them are full of shit, but I love talking about possibilities and different storylines, so I wanted to talk about it. But what do you think about the leaks? Even if you think they are fake as fuck, what about the ideas presented by them? How would you feel about Rey and Kylo hooking up and having a love child? Does Kylo running an efficient empire surprise you? And does Leia being recast hurt just a little, or are you okay with that idea?